Gaming subscriptions just hit records highs across the entire industry, which means, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we were right, and Xbox was right all along. We've had this discussion about Game Pass. Is it worth it? Is it the future? Can it make money? And day after day, it seems that news is dropping that proves those talking points once again incorrect. The Alters launched day one on Game Pass and still sold over 280,000 copies, proving subscriptions can help games thrive, not hurt them. I think Game Pass and game subscriptions is the future of gaming, and I think Xbox not only is leading the race, I think they've already won the race. We just don't know it yet. We're just not yet across the finish line, but they've set stuff up in a way, they're leading in a way that I think it's going to be very hard to compete with them. Let's dive into that in this video today. Before we do, though, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. We drop videos like this all the time right here. If you like what we're doing, if you like deeper dives, if you like not freaking out and outraging anytime new news drops about Xbox, it's not even new news. It's stuff that we already know. Then this is the channel for you. Consider becoming a member below. Hit the join button. You get a loyalty badge as a reward. It helps support us monetarily. And you get some sweet custom emotes that you can use and drop when we have our live streams. So stay tuned for that. But become a member. We appreciate all the support. Let's jump into this. So this is Matt Piscatella. He drops these every Circana is his company, is the company he works for. He drops these analytics every once in a while about Game Pass, about subscription gaming, about all things in the video game industry. Here's what he says. He says U.S. video game subscription spending reached an all-time monthly high in May 2025 while experiencing its third consecutive month of growth. He says, looks to me that the pressures of higher prices in everyday spending categories like food and general economic uncertainty has folks looking for value. First of all, Matt Piscatella, thank you very much for the analysis there. However, we didn't need that analysis over on this channel over a year ago, or maybe even longer than that, maybe 2 years ago, to understand that. Prices have been going up everywhere across the board for years now. So this is not new. So that second sentence there, like, oh, looks to me that pressure's on higher prices. Yeah, pricing has been going up for a while. That's why the Game Pass strategy to me has always made sense. Always made sense. And I think it's going to be hard to beat. It's the best value in gaming. We're going to go over why it's going to be hard to beat in a minute. But before we do, I do want to point out, take a look. This is also from Matt Piscatella. This is the top 20 best-selling games from the Nintendo eShop, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC platforms for May, and you can see. So this is they're always like a month or two behind. So for the month of May, check this out: Microsoft Doom: The Dark Ages was number 2 for May. Bandai obviously number 1 with Night. Then we have Forza Horizon 5. We have Oblivion coming in at number 4. Call of Duty coming in number 5, and then Minecraft at number 7. Absolutely crushing it. And it's working. And their strategy is working, guys. Anybody saying that it's not and Xbox is doomed is just lying to you. You look at the success for May, much less look at year to date. Look at the year to date for 2025. You've got, again, Elder Scrolls coming in at number 2. Top sales, not Game Pass subscriptions, sales, which is absolutely huge, and I think it's a model forward for Xbox. Xbox is going to do this to all of their classic titles, all their big games, drop a remaster. Remember, this was shadow dropped as well. This was not dropped with press and tons of advertising, and it comes in just behind Monster Hunter Wilds and above Assassin's Creed Shadows, which had a huge marketing budget and was out for months and years. Then you've got Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Again, Elder Scrolls Oblivion outselling Call of Duty is huge. And then you've got Forza Horizon and Minecraft as well, doing really, really well for the entire year. Again, proving this is with Game Pass. These games, all these games that are in the top 15 for Xbox are also on Game Pass. Proving that Game Pass does not hurt sales necessarily for a game. Another proof of that is The Alters, which dropped day 1 on Game Pass. This is a game made by a third-party studio, not from first-party studio like Microsoft. And the other day, they dropped this absolutely celebrating 280,000 copies of The Alters sold across platforms and 1 million wish lists on Steam. It's hard to put into words what that means for you. The fact that so many of you choose to step into Jan's world, feel it, reflect on it, share it, means everything. Thank you for playing. I think the answer for Game Pass, the reason that Game Pass is a success for developers like The Alter, like the guys that made The Alters, is it gets you exposure. It gets people talking about your game. That's why you put it on Game Pass. It helps you get those additional sales copies there. And I think that this represents the future of gaming. But why? Matt Piscatella hit on it, and we've been hitting on it forever. Number one, of course, is just affordability for players. You get access to hundreds of games for one low price. I, as a family man, I have children. My children are starting to play video games. I don't have the extra income to drop $80 on a game for them that they may or may not like month after month, year after year. They get one game a year if that's the case. Whereas Game Pass, they can jump in, and there's a lot of games made for kids on there that I'm willing to buy that subscription pass for. I'm willing to buy 2 subscription pass for myself and one for them, just for them to have it. The other thing that it lowers the barrier to entry, this falls under affordability for players, because I think at an $80 price tag or a $70 price tag or a $60 price tag, I have to know that the game is going to be good. It's not like a movie where I'm paying $12. If the movie sucks, it sucks. I'm still out of the house. I'm having some popcorn. I'm enjoying myself. No, if I drop $70 on your game and I don't make it in an hour and I hate it, that's a big risk I'm taking. That's a lot of money for that risk. It lowers the barrier to entry for players. I think it helps with day one releases. Huge games launch directly into services like Game Pass. And it's why Game Pass subscription and subscription gaming models are going to be huge. And it goes back. It saves gamers from spending that $60 to $70 per title for that day one release. And it's why the marketing of Game Pass is genius in that releasing a day one drop that dropped on Game Pass a year later, 6 months later over on PlayStation is genius, because you're still making that money back. And it's a way for you to advertise, hey, you could have got this on Game Pass. You should have subscribed to Game Pass. I think for developers, subscription gaming models like Game Pass work because smaller developers like that develop the Alters, for instance, you get instant exposure. That just doesn't happen. That makes it much easier to get that exposure. I think it helps titles like this, first-time IPs, find audiences they might never reach otherwise. Another prime example is Expedition 33. Expedition 33 is a pretty niche game. As far as the game mechanics, it's a fantastic masterpiece of a game. How many more players experienced it because it was on Game Pass when they otherwise would not have taken that chance? Because, I don't know, that kind of game, turn-based fighting, Final Fantasy type game isn't really for me, but it's on Game Pass. I'm hearing good things. I'll jump into it and play it. I think it's good for audiences in that it's risk-free for me, or a much smaller risk, and it's good for developers in it helps developers get exposure and find audiences they otherwise would not reach. I think that proof is in the pudding here. Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, Ubisoft Plus, EA Play, all are growing rapidly as far as the analytics are concerned. Subscription revenue is now a major slice of gaming products for these companies, and so we're not going backwards. We're only going forward with that. I think it's only going to become the common going forward. It does give us flexibility as well. Think about that. We get to you can play 3 games at once. You're not all in on the game you spent $80 on. And I think we're seeing changing gaming habits, particularly with the next generation. Think about this. My kids won't know gaming without subscription gaming. In the same way my kids won't know movie without Netflix. My daughter was like, she's 8 years old, was like, Daddy, what's that? When I busted out a Blu-ray the other day. What is that? You never seen a Blu-ray? An entire generation is going to grow up where that's just the norm. Younger gamers will prefer subscription gaming over physical. They won't even know a physical copy of a game. Now you can argue whether that's good or bad. I would argue that's irrelevant. It's just proof why subscription gaming is the future here, and why I think Game Pass is ahead of the ball, ahead of the curve, and really leading helping to lead the industry in that direction. There is discussion on whether or not this destroys Xbox. Well, the Xbox brand is done. I don't agree with that analysis at all. I think subscriptions and the Game Pass model ties players into Xbox. PS Plus ties you into PlayStation, the platform. EA Play ties you in. EA becomes a platform under EA Play, rather than hardware devices. And I think it helps companies keep players loyal across devices. And we're seeing that with Xbox Play Anywhere and Game Pass for PC, Game Pass for, on mobile devices and on console as well, which brings up less of a reliance on hardware and why the future hardware impact is going to be absolutely huge. We're 1 or 2 generations away from it being platform specific only, not hardware. And again, Xbox is leading that with their Xbox Play Anywhere vision. And I think that's why subscription gaming is the future. That's why I felt it's the future. And all this discussion that constantly comes up, it's not the future, it's going to fail, blah, blah, blah. And we always have to address it. This is just another time where it's come up here recently. I think it's willful ignorance at this point. It's so obvious to me that it's the future for gaming. I'm very surprised when it's not. If it's not obvious to you and you don't think it's the future, I would be very curious why. Real reasons, not, this sucks. No, give me your real reasons. Let me know in the comments. I may be missing something. I'm probably not, but I may be. Let me know. There may be something that I didn't consider. Let me know in the comments below. If you agree with me, let me know. If I'm missing any reasons there that I didn't hit on why Game Pass subscription models and gaming subscription models, rather, are the future of gaming. Let me know in the comments below. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, consider becoming a member. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, bye-bye.